There are things that you've been told about what it takes to be a successful real estate agent that are absolute lies, that are not true. And I'm going to sweep those myths aside and replace them with some truths that you can use to become successful. Hey, I'm Bill Stevenson. I am the founder of Spotlight Realty, and I am a real estate coach. The first thing I want you to think about when you are becoming a real estate agent, you're contemplating becoming a real estate agent, or maybe you're a new agent, is forget about flexibility. A lot of people get into real estate because they think that it's a flexible career, something that you don't always have to work. You can do what you want, when you want, you can go to... That's not true. That is absolutely untrue. If you want to be a successful real estate agent, you have to treat real estate like you would treat any other job. You need to have hours that you're working and hours that you're maybe not working. And on my team, and anyone who's being coached by me, I tell them you have to have a schedule, and that schedule has to include work things that you have to get done in order to be a successful agent. Which brings me to my second point. I want everybody who's watching this, who's interested in being a real estate agent, you have to read this book. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. It's something that I read very, very early on in my career, and I probably read it too early in my career because I was so new that I didn't quite understand what he was trying to say. But basically, one of the things you need to know is the job of the real estate agent really falls into 4 different categories. First thing, you've got to spend some time generating your own leads. Some of it can be automatic, some of it can be like emails and newsletters and buying leads from somebody, that those all work. But really the hard work is what you have to concentrate on. You have to make phone calls, you have to keep up with your sphere, you have to be on social media, you have to do the things that can't be done automatically. So leads are the cornerstone of your business. Without leads, you don't actually have a business. So you have to spend a lot of time generating it. You have to spend a lot of time every day generating leads. Second thing, follow up on your leads. This is crucial too, because a lot of people are good at generating leads. Maybe they're paying for leads, maybe they're getting leads coming in, who knows what they're doing, and then they don't do anything with them, maybe because they have some notion that that lead isn't a valuable lead, or that lead isn't likely to buy or sell real estate. And I have so many stories that I could tell you and that people on my team can tell you about leads that we thought were not going to be valuable that turned out to be exceptionally valuable. I'll tell you one of them right now. It's story time with Bill. So I met a young couple and they were looking for a townhouse. And at the time, this was 10 years ago or so, they were looking at a townhouse that is almost falling apart. It was only $25,000. When I tell this story to my team, they all sort of roll their eyes and say, oh my gosh, why did you even spend time with these people? Well, let me tell you why. They went under contract to buy a $25,000 townhouse. They decided that that townhouse was really not something that they wanted because it really is something that nobody should want, the way it was falling apart. It didn't have floors, for example. You stepped into the house and you went straight into the crawl space. So they backed out of that one, bought another home that was more reasonably priced. It was $150,000 or so. Again, this was a long time ago. And then they introduced me to 4 other people who also bought homes. So my willingness to help people who wanted to buy a $25,000 transaction probably resulted in at least $2 to $3 million worth of business over the course of the next 4 or 5 years. So never treat a lead like it's not valuable. Always follow up on your leads. The third thing you have to do as a real estate agent, this is pretty obvious, is you have to show homes and list homes. That is probably what people imagine they're going to be doing all the time as real estate agents. But again, if you're not generating leads and following up with leads, you'll never get to this point. So that's the easy part. The fourth job of a real estate agent is negotiating deals. Now again, if you're not doing the first 3 things, you're never getting to the point where you're negotiating deals and you're never getting to the point where you're getting paid. So the message here is make sure you're doing the things that you need to do every day, or you'll never get to the point where you're negotiating deals and getting paid. Another thing I want you to think about as a new real estate agent is goals. I want you to forget about setting goals. Focus not on goals, focus on systems that you can use to achieve your goals. That is far more important. Let's say, for example, I want to do $10 million in real estate this year, $10 million in volume. If I have a system in place that is appropriate for a $2 million business, but a goal of $10 million, which of those things do you think are going to win? Every time, the system is going to win out over the goal. So goals are meaningless, goals are short-term, systems are very meaningful, and systems can last forever. I want you to read this book. This is a book, Atomic Habits, that you need to read. It's all about goals and systems and habits. Systems really are just a collection of habits that help you reach your goals. But it doesn't make sense to have a goal without a system that allows you to actually achieve it. So you need to focus on that and the tiny, tiny, tiny little things that you do every day, whether it's going to bed at the right time, reading, getting sleep, waking up, having breakfast, exercising, going to the office, forgetting about flexibility, going to the office, generating leads, following up with leads, showing homes, etc. You get the point. You need to chain all of those little things together in order to be a successful real estate agent. If somebody comes to me and tells me they want to get into real estate and I ask them why, if the first thing that they say is that they would enjoy the flexibility of a real estate career, if their answer is that they would enjoy the flexibility of a real estate career, I immediately start to doubt that they're going to be successful. Because sometimes you have a choice. Yes, real estate can be flexible, but you have to choose, do you want to be flexible or do you want to be successful? The point is you can't really have it both ways. If you want to exercise your flexibility, you're probably not going to be very successful. But I'll tell you, if you do the things that you need to do every day and you become successful, then you can be a little bit more flexible in your life. A wise person once told me that in any business, you can't start out emphasizing flexibility. You have to ensure success first, and then life becomes a little bit more flexible. All right, so I've busted a couple myths here, the myth of goal setting and the myth of flexibility, and I've tried to describe to you what the daily life of a real estate agent should be, of a successful real estate agent. If you want to know more, please contact me. I would be glad to coach you. Dave Wiley, my colleague, would also be glad to coach you. Or you could just join our team and you get this coaching for free. So give us a call.